Big Head, man, we're back again.
What's up, man? It's your boy Big Head, the Dome Doctor, back in the building with Check 'em Out TV. You already know what it is. Shout out to Pooh Shiesty. Shout out to Lil Dirt. Rest in peace, King Von. Shout out to Quando Rondo and Lil Timmy. You heard me? I got my Pooh Shiesty on. What up? What is hitting for?
What's going on, bro? Hey, so something that happened earlier in the week. Boosie canceled the T.I. album.
Boosie canceled T.I. album.
Yeah, cause T.I. said he rat on the dead cousin.
Well, I guess, you know, like, at this point, I'm gonna pull this down. At this point, yeah, it's your boy Big Head, the Dome Doctor. You heard me? Follow me on Instagram, Big Head, the Dome Doctor. Not the. But anyway, T.I. supposedly was bull and didn't actually do that.
Yeah.
So you know, kudos, whatever kudos mean, kudos to T.I. But at the same time, like, he had a snitching situation going on about some Crime Stoppers stuff a long time ago, when he was saying he was the king of rap, and wasn't nobody even questioning him about being the king of the South, and he had some snitching situations going on. But you know, like, I just say it like, you know, I would have still did the album. So, you know, shout out to T.I. If you want to do an album with me, I'd love to show you I'm better than you on the album, because business is business. And they got buku snitches and rats and roaches and lizards and all that in the industry, because they just came out the streets into the industry. Same situation.
But see, you brought up the Crime Stoppers. I feel like he did that part of the plea deal, though.
Plea deal for what?
For his guns.
Plea deal for his guns?
Yeah, his gun cases.
Well, I mean, that's a whole different thing, because a plea deal and cooperating, you know, a plea deal is a best interest plea. That doesn't necessarily mean that you done cooperated or snitched on nobody. That means you did something with your own situation, or you had some money to get some time cut or something. So I don't know nothing, but I just know that when he got caught with guns, I was in jail, and they were some big guns, and they was the kind that had, like myself and others in there stuck, like how this gonna happen, how I'm gonna get out, and you know, like, it don't work like that for anybody. So
yeah, know. I think that part of the plea deal, though, you know, they tell me, hey, look, you come. See, really, I think they were trying to pimp him, like, show him, like, we got control over you. We control you no matter what. I think that's why they told him to do the Crime Stoppers.
Nah, they wanted him to separate his reality from his influence. They was like, your influence stronger than your reality, so use your influence to try to get some people to call Crime Stoppers. But you know, like, don't nobody want nobody to go to jail. Not even the guards don't want in jail, man. So it's a difference. So, you know, like, I wouldn't give a fuck if it was $1 million. I can't call Crime Stoppers or persuade nobody to call Crime Stoppers.
But see, I feel like this: if somebody's gonna rat, they gonna rat anyway. They ain't gonna rat just T.I. tell them to rat.
Right. It depends on where they come. Everybody not a rat. Some dudes is good Samaritans. Some dudes is law-abiding citizens. Some dudes is goofies. They entitled to tell.
Yeah.
You know, somebody got to tell. Not no live by the code or say live by the code, but somebody got to tell, man. Telling is rule the world. Like, people tell the president something, the president tell people in other country and all that. So telling is a big part of it. But if you live by the code, telling not part of what you got going on. And I'm going to say this because you my dude, check him out. I with you. So I'm going to take a little pause and I'm going to just put this in the interview. It go like this. I'm a real street. I never cooperate. I never press charges. I never turn state. I never set somebody up. I never be bait. I never give in. Never. Never bend. Never break. Never. That's the code.
That's the code to live by.
Right. Huh? So, you know, that's exclusively for me to everybody who checking this out.
But see, look at Boosie, like, he stood on business, though. He ain't just give a gangster a hard time and gave T.I. pass.
Boosie ain't getting no in the streets no pass. So why would he give the industry the pass? A pass. I ain't never know him to give nobody a pass for snitching or nothing like that.
Yeah. But see, you hold me understand, like, you know, when I had my thing to say about gangster,
right?
You hold me understand, like, I never been on that side, so I don't know what Gangsta did on that side. See what I'm saying? What Gangsta did,
Right.
what Gangsta had to do. I can't really speak on that.
Right.
I never had, you know, them type of choices, so you help me understand that. So somebody like, man, I don't do an interview about Gangsta. I'm like, man, I don't want to talk about that no more because that really ain't my lane to really say because I never been on that side.
Definitely. Well, you know, and I'm glad I was able to help pull your coat and put you up on that because, you know, a lot of people don't understand from the inside looking out and the outside looking in. It's two different,
yeah.
Visions. You feel what I'm saying? So if you can finesse the system in any kind of way, bro, that's legal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dudes been saying, this dude did that, this dude did that, this dude did that, that dead dude did that, my cousin did that, my cousin took the charge for me, this person did that. That been going on. So ain't nothing new about that. But it's just all about who you is and how it affect other people and how people can use that. But you know, like I say, I just gave you the code. So if you violate, I don't care who you is, if you violate any of those codes, you on the other side of the fence, my nigga. Ain't no coming back.
Ain't no coming back. All right, so another thing that happened about a couple weeks ago, Jay Prince was going like at Offset for Takeoff getting killed.
Right.
What you think about that?
First thing first, bro, from my point of view, from my perspective, I'ma check in and hope it helped me because, you know, I need resources. So I'm going to H-Town. I'm checking in. What up? This your boy Big Head, the Dome Doctor. Plug me up, link me up, give me some good smoke, give me some, give me whatever. And how we used to do it,
yeah.
We used to check in, but we wasn't checking in. We were tapping in.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Tapping in and checking two different things.
Yeah, see, we were tapping in. Any state, city we went to, we would tap in with whoever was running it or whoever had the good smoke, whoever had the bras that were gonna pop it off the top. Man, we was, you know, if they want to call it checking in, whatever, bro, like, you know, it's a whole different set of rules when you got street dudes involved in the music industry, and all the rules got to be respected. But, you know, I look at Jay Prince and Jay Prince family, you know, as iconic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that situation is a little too big. I mean, they are a little too big for to let that situation get so much out of them because they got respect already. Yeah. So don't lose no respect trying to clean something up when street already know how street go. Now, for the industry or for the people who trying to, you know, point the finger, you know, it don't really go like that when it's real involved. It just happened how it happened, and you can't blame nobody, and it's nobody's business to say nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it was somebody big like Takeoff. Yeah. You know, and like I liked it Takeoff, I liked it the Migos, but he was lacking. Takeoff, lacking. Duke the Jeweler, lacking. You don't lack. That's why I'm checking in. Cause when I check in, I'm saying, look, nah, matter of fact, I'm gonna let Boss Action check in. You feel me? Hold me 1 second. Boss Action, look here, man. Look here. Look here. You might have to get in front of the camera, just holler at the camera, let them know. You know, shout out Slime and Houston. Come on, you gotta come over a little bit, cause he can't really see you.
Boss Action checking in, OTM, Sound Stamp, Wave Management Business. But yeah, like we tap in, we don't check in. It's a difference, it's a street in this industry. You respect both of them. But when we go to cities and states, we going straight to the hood. I wanna know who in charge. I don't need you carrying the gun, give me the gun. We're not coming for no trouble, but I need to protect the investment. So, give me the gun, I'ma hold us down.
Right.
Then once we done, we finna get back on the plane, y'all get y'all guns.
Get y'all weapons back, we gone. We
that's,
don't need y'all to take our charge, we don't need y'all to watch our back, or none of that, because ain't nothing one man can do with a gun another man do, unless he got to switch or something like that. And you know, we don't need all that, we just need a little protection to get through the city. Yeah. Tap in, tap out. So I appreciate you falling in. So, you know, good holler, but just to let it know we shouting out any city, any state, cause Switch Music, you heard me, we on the move, you feel what I'm saying? Switch Music, you gotta be spitting. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it ain't all about It's about, you know, music. You got to be a spitter. You feel what I'm saying? So we going city to city, state to state, bringing that switch music. So we ain't even tripping about all that other stuff. So if y'all need us to tap in, you know, DM, shout out. I'm going to shout your city out when I get there. But I'm on the way. It's your boy Big Head the Dome Doc. Check him out TV, man. You heard me? Shout out to Boosie and Vlad. But right now, it's Big Head the Dome Doctor. Check him out, man. You heard me? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
So back to Jay Prince. Like, you feel like Jay Prince was like wrong in a way for the way he went at Offset?
I think he just protecting his honor. I think he just protecting what he built because it's on the line. Everything he built on the line. And if his son don't have the strategic, you know, mind state to handle it in a bigger fashion, Pop's got to come out and protect what he built, just like what it is, Lucious Lyon them. Yeah, you gotta, you know, Lucious Lyon got to come on out there. But you know, like I say, bro, it's misfortunate because, you know, from my point of view, like, I just saw some street transpire. You feel what I'm saying? And people stayed silent. But unfortunately, it was Quavo and Offset. But some people can't take that. The industry can't take that. They people shouldn't take that. They brothers and sisters and mothers and people love them shouldn't accept that like that. So it should be some type of situation, but you got to keep in mind, bro, like when you doing business or you getting that front end, man, that back end ain't gonna be so easy. So don't mix business with personal shit. Gamble at home. You feel what I'm saying? Get back in your safe zone to gamble. It ain't that serious, man.
Nah, it ain't that serious, no.
Now, if you got that fire yourself.
But still, I still wouldn't gamble out in public if I had it on.
Man, I mean.
Look, think about it. Look at Duke Jewelry. He around there with hundreds of dollars. Everybody looking at him like, what's up with him? You don't think that?
With no fire. Yeah. No fire on him.
But still, even if you got the fire.
He could have bought one. He should have said, man, somebody sell me one with a switch for $800 right now. And then finished doing what he was doing. At least he would have had the advantage because ain't nobody trying to get in front there. Yeah, so you know, if you know somebody know you got it, you okay to a certain extent. But when you ain't got it, bro, it's like hungry hyenas just, you know, a hungry hyena bite a lion, bro. He might bite him on the ass, but he'll bite him. You feel what I'm saying?
So I learned about this incident y'all had. Well, y'all got robbed at the Zoom video shoot.
The Zoom video shoot. It was something like that. We didn't necessarily get robbed, but I felt like we got robbed. And see, what happened was, I said, that boy Takeoff was lacking. Duke the Jeweler was lacking. Shooters do no relaxing. All in Houston I'm packing. In that A, I got an A on me, a AR-AK on me. That Zoom video broad day, homie. Them Decatur boys don't play, homie. So what happened was, we doing the video. Now, see, I was like a trio dancer on the cool for the videos. So we doing a video. I'm just hard down, just giving it my all, because I'm like, my turn coming. So we look over there, we see a little commotion, a little, something, you know, but it's like a block away, but we can see because it's all on the strip on the front in Decatur. So while we were trying to get the video together, some eased up and robbed the that was with us out SS Monte Carlo, a raw one though with the real spinners when they first came out. Now this the Zoom video, like shout out to Gator. I think he locked up Free Gator. You heard me? He came all the way from Baton Rouge with us. He had a big Hummer and he had that and he was letting us use it in the video. And unfortunately, the who went to the store right down the street to get some gauze and shit so we could finish doing what he was doing. And the robbed him and took his shit. And, you know, I felt like I needed that fired in, you know, because I was the type of, like, we all took that loss. When that happened, I felt like everything should have stopped and we should have stood on business or whatever we should have did. But that, you know, that was just my mentality. But they showed me like, nah, it don't actually go like that. So we finished shooting the video, and dude was a good sport about it because he still bought everybody a pair of tennis shoes. You know what I mean? So shout out to Gator, shout out to Decatur. Yeah, but they did definitely stick, not the actual video up, Zoom video, but a block away. They laid around there and stuck one of our rounds up and took the car and, you know, went like that. But that's basically it. But, and it was a turn of events because some jewelers pop up. I want to say this was Emmett popped up. And a dude with him kept calling me Wacko. And he was like, Ron, what's up, Wacko, Wacko, Wacko? And I'm like feeling played, but he a jeweler. With the jeweler, I don't know if he's security or what. But so I turned it into, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go on and press them. And you know, I'm tired of struggling, so I'm finna get gaffer, you know, go with my move on dude. But you know, it basically didn't go like that. But you know, shout out to the whole situation, Trill, Boosie, because you know it was Boosie video, Young Jock. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and Jock was like, what? I don't know what about what. I don't know. You know, like I say, the code kicked in because he probably knew who did it. But he just, man, I ain't come in for that. I come in to do my part, and shit. You know, it was what it was.
Yeah, he got about that, but y'all got about that allowance.
Yeah, we did. You know, like, you know, it really wasn't no static. They did that. They stood on business. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I danced in that video. I danced in the Wipe Me Down. You saw me dancing in the Wipe Me Down video? I danced in it. Yeah.
I know I seen that live.
Wipe Me Down. Yeah. The one video with Boost and Webby, I danced, but I just slid over.
Yeah.
You know, I did a lot of motion, but I really didn't do no rapping in no videos. You know, but my turn coming. I just feel it. Shout out to you, man. You gonna make it happen for me with these interviews.
Appreciate it. But another incident. Y'all ran into Johnny Dane at the Ozone Award. Hey, I wish they bring back the Ozone Award.
Yeah, shout out to the Ozone Awards. Because the Ozone Awards acknowledged me. That's the only awards that acknowledged me. The Ozone Awards.
See, that was like a hood
right.
award, yeah.
And
I think it was a little too hood. Yeah.
So we some kind of way we have to go to the bathroom now. I'm in the middle of promo with Webby, so we've been working hard. Well, we all end up in Florida at the Ozone Awards, the whole team there. So Boosie, you know, he was already, like, everybody already knew who Boosie was. They was already Boosie, big names. I'm talking about this when them jiggers was in full effect, you know, just throwing each other back. I'm just looking, I ain't but you know, it was like going down. Like, shout out to dude, Geeked Up dude, starting to see, yeah, he was doing his thing. Yeah, but anyway, we end up in the bathroom, and when I walk in the bathroom, only thing hit my mind was school. Like, it looked like a school bathroom when the boys in there, you know, some smoking blunts, woo woo woo, and this mother Johnny Dang in there.
Yeah.
All except Powwow and him in there, in the bathroom. You feel me? And my mind went back to school. So I let Webby know. I said, Webby, I got to get him. So Webby like, bro, shit, that's on you. But I'm like, bro, I'm finna go and get him. Cause I'm like, you know, at this point, this finna just be a strong arm. You know, like, who gonna tell? We in the bathroom. So, like, I press him, but Boo right there. And like, Boo, you know, I'm respecting Boo because Boo, I felt like Boo got me to that point. So Boo told me, man, you finna throw it all away.
Yeah.
You know, if you do that, you finna throw it all away. And I just let him make it. I just let him make it. From there, I just went with my move.
But good thing you didn't do it though.
Yeah, I mean,
probably wouldn't be sitting right
here. Yeah, it wasn't in my heart to do it. It
Yeah.
was in my struggle to do it. Because I was definitely gonna do it. And you know, like I said, it looked like middle school bathroom, some shit in the bathroom. And you know, niggas in the bathroom got strong on.
Yeah.
You know, so it took me back to the struggle. But you know, shout out to Johnny Dang, and I didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? But was gonna stop me.
Hey, I remember we were speaking on Ozone. I remember they had a video Webby got into it with one of them Crown Mob dudes. He was walking out, Webby gonna die out here, and somebody was trying to put his cap back on his head. You remember the video? I was trying to look for it.
I don't know. I wasn't around that part. I might have not been to that awards because I don't even know who Crime Mob is. Like,
yeah, it's back in the day. Nuck if you buck.
Nuck if you buck. Now I know that song, Nuck if you buck. Yeah. Shout out to Crime Mob, but now I don't know nothing about that because we was standing on business wherever we went. It ain't even matter. Like we didn't mind tearing the club up and that. In your city or none of that, it didn't make no difference. It was about principles, moral, and respect. Yeah. So, you know.
So, like, well, Webby was like that? Like, if it was a problem, he'll solve it?
Definitely.
Okay.
But, the A&Rs for Asylum in Atlantic, they used to call me to solve it.
So, you were like the muscle?
Like, that's how they took it. They didn't know I had talent or they wasn't trying to acknowledge that. They was calling me when it was a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like they owe me because they always called me when it was a problem. It was problems a few times. They ain't never get involved, but it was problems. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they know, them A&Rs know who they was because everywhere we went, they had an A&R with us from Asylum or Atlantic or wherever they was from. And everything we did, they recorded it and went back and told.
So, like, you could talk about some of the problems or you really can't get into it? You know, some of the problems you have to diffuse.
Well, like if like aiming for Webby, like out of just hating, you know, like Webby trying to do his thing, and they got to just feel like he want to just bring some negative energy in the situation. They calling me, they alerting me, and I'm catching it before it even get there. Like, what up? What's up? Woo woo woo. Okay. Or go too far. Woo 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 woo. Whatever. If I had to dive in, I was diving in. It didn't matter. Webby was diving in niggas too. Yeah. Boosie too.
I mean, he had the same one. I think it was some years back. Like he'll walk around with a table or something there and whoop somebody like that. It was a video they had.
I don't know. I ain't see. I mean, bro, only way I started looking at internet is when I realized that you had to get involved to move forward in life. Just like Switch Music, you had to switch over to the internet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brr, brr. Yeah.
And let's talk about this. Pimp C. He did an interview with Atlanta radio station when he went off on Atlanta rappers.
Right.
How you feel about that?
Man, Pimp C. I don't want to call Pimp C a gangster because I don't want to, you know, disrespect him or his, you know, legacy.
Yeah.
But Pimp C was like a gangster. Pimp C was like a dark-skinned dude in a light skin. You feel me? He had the, you know, the attitude and the concept. Like, bro, it's crazy because when I actually met Pimp C, it wasn't good.
Oh yeah.
We went when Pimp C got out, bro. Like, we went to Houston 50 deep. It was $100 to get in. It was Jeezy and T.I. performing. It was $100 to get in. Welcome home, Pimp C party. We went 50 deep. You heard me. We was led. The leader was Turk. You know, you heard me. Turk had Trill with him. Turk had Zion City with him. He had Mall City with him. He had Sherwood with him, and he had us with him. So, you know, but we think we going because to celebrate for Pimp because he just come home. Yeah. And, you know, he had something to do with Trill, I guess, you know, which I never could confirm, but I guess, you know. So we wait outside an hour and then they acknowledge us, but because we really wasn't that special because everybody in line was special. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody that, you know, was paying homage, had their crew, they record label all in line. But when we do, somebody came and acknowledged us though, and we skipped the line, not knowing we was damn near a whole section of the line. Yeah. But you know, we all got in. So then Pimp came, and he had two dudes with him. and they were two biggest dudes I ever seen in my life. And I'm pretty sure everybody know who these dudes is. They don't make dudes this big every day. So he walk up and Webby holler at him. What's up, pimp? Boom, boom, boom. So I holler at him. I'm on Webby Hills, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm part of the crew. So, you know, I holler at him. Boom. You know, Turk holler at him. Boom. So when Turk holler at him, that shake wasn't no quick like everything else. It was some words exchange like, you know, welcome home, boom, 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 boom. Now, I'm not close enough to hear, but I know Webby like close enough to hear because Pimp embraced him. So, you know, whatever they talking about, it was quick.
Yeah.
But then T said, man, let's go. I guess he wanted to show Pimp, you know, what he had to establish. He was like, man, let's go. And then we just stormed out that motherfucker like soldiers, like 50 deep, and then we went somewhere else and did something
Y'all never
else.
really get in.
Who that?
Y'all trail ain't really never got in.
We was in.
Okay.
Like somebody came and got us in, and then when we all got in, you know, like the place was so big, but we was in. So Pimp come from wherever he come from to, you know, acknowledge us. You know what I'm saying? So in the process of that, like when they acknowledge, like it was Webby first. Yeah. Like when Webby saw him, he instantly was like going holler at him. I don't know if that was his first time seeing him since he been out, but that was my first time like seeing him all together, like personally. But you know, he just hollered, "What's up?" You know, like he ain't even trip on me. Like he knew who I was and everything, but he didn't have to ask. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, and when that went like that was the last anything I ever heard of him being involved with what we had going on. Oh, damn. Like so, it was one time meeting and that was it. Now Bond I saw a few times and he was around a few times. Yeah. And but Bond, you know, he was more serious. You know what I'm saying? Like Bond was a cold-blooded lyricist, but Pimp was more of a can reach you easier. You know, he was spitting stuff that you felt. Bond was just smashing shit. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, that's why he probably selling Trill burgers, because when time passed, when the game switch music. When the game switch over, if you don't got no music that they bite on, that they felt, that they hold on to, man, they'll turn you into a whole other person, man. Feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, shout out to Bun B. Now, don't get me wrong, Bun B a bad man. He better than T.I. in my opinion.
Hey, so you think if Pimp was still here, you know, with council culture and all that, you think they would have counsel? You know, Pimp let them people in Atlanta have it. You know, he let them have it. Something about the purses and all that they used to wear.
See, they probably would have put Pimp. See, Pimp would have probably been the face of Texas by now. He would have been bigger than Houston.
I can see that.
He would have been the face of Texas by now. So he would have had his own administration going by now. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
I can see that.
For sure.
Hey, I think about a month ago, I was going through your comments, I was reading some of your comments. Somebody said Webby fell off, and you came back, you're like, nah, he ain't fell off, he just really grew up. You remember what I was talking about?
Okay, yeah, pretty much like, and
cause see, they want that old Webby, you know, that's cool. Everybody really want the old Webby, but like at the end of the day, you know, you grow up, Webby got a son, you know, about to start rapping and all that.
And yeah, see, his son is the switch. Yeah. You heard me? See, that's what it's all about. You heard me? The switch. So, you know, shout out to Trey Savage, because it's the switch. If Webby say, I want to switch it over to my son, nah, I ain't got to, you know, switch up. I ain't got to, you know, go hard, because I did mine. I did what I had to do. He did what he had to do. You feel what I'm saying? It's up to him if he want to continue doing it, because people doing all other kind of things. And he went hard. He was #1. He went platinum. You feel what I'm saying? So I just know, like, see, I didn't get all the opportunities that I got close to or that was in front of me. So my hunger, my passion, my desire, my, you know, want to do this for my family and all that, it's still there. So, you know, You know, like if I got paid, a nigga pay me to stop rapping.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Let alone pay me to rap, nigga, stop rapping. But I gotta get paid, man.
Yeah, they gotta get paid at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
it's serious.
So, sorry. So, one of the person I ain't asked you about last interview, Ace.
Ace.
Southside.
Okay, Ace. Rest in peace, Ace. His real name, Kevin Henderson. We called him Kebu. He come from off 16th Street, where I come from, where Ivory come from. And he died in the car with Ivory.
Okay.
You heard me? Like, ride or die. You feel what I'm saying? Because Ivory wanted his day ones, or the ones he came up right with. He really wanted all us on. And the type of magic tricks he knew how to do, he was trying to make a way and provide for all us.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, you know, so shout out to Ace. Ace, like I knew Ace, you know, we went to elementary, middle school, you know. So our story is childhood pretty much coming up like that. So, you know, I knew him in the hood. So as far as the streets and the industry and all that go, like, he don't get that much play. But like with me and in my heart, he get a lot of play because that's my homeboy, rest in peace, Ace, Kevin Henderson. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to all of Henderson. You heard me? Black Molly, Big Josh, and Shakita.
I know, like, he played a role with Fat most of the time, huh? Ace. I always heard Fat talking about.
See, it went like this here. Ace was in a relationship with Fat's mother.
Okay.
And Michelle, shout out to Michelle, you heard me? And he was in a relationship with her. And he kind of like showed them what a right there, you know, stepfather feel like. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Ace, Fat always liked him. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, they was close for that. And, you know, like I say, Ace was from the hood, man. Ace wasn't no trying to stunt and be no nothing. He was himself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have all this and all that, but he didn't trip off that. He had what he had. He was who he was. You feel what I'm saying?
But let's get off subject a little bit. You said the night that Ivy died. We ain't gonna go all the way in detail, but like, who all was in the car? Ivy, Ace,
and Josh.
Josh,
I was supposed to been in there, but due to the fact a situation didn't go down the previous day, my struggle wasn't. I was in the same situation, so I wasn't ready to feel like celebrating. And I told him that, and I was like, I might come, I might not. But I ended up not going. And Josh went. Josh was just another little guy around the neighborhood. I really didn't know him too good. But, you know, like I say, Ivory was the type that was a good person. So if you was a good-hearted person and, you know, you made the right moves, he didn't mind you being around. You know, he didn't judge people by what they had or what they didn't have or what they could do or what they couldn't do. He just packed fat.
All right, so what, they had to pour that shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Like,
and shenanigans was for Bleed and Said Dog.
Okay.
Shout out to Bleed, Said Dog, Northdale. Bleed like my brother. Yeah.
So you don't get into it?
Nah, it don't matter. I mean, you know, like, I'm a man, bro.
I don't want to say no names and then, like, so all right.
I'm not going to incriminate nobody.
Okay. Yeah.
I ain't going to let you let me incriminate nobody. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, God tell me what, if I pause, I'm asking God in my mind what to say.
All right, cool. So, all right, they was at the port, and then when they left shenanigans and went do what they had, or drive away?
I mean, like I said, I really wasn't there for to know exactly what happened. But I know it happened, and they was on their way home from shenanigans.
Oh, okay, so they was on their way home.
Right.
All right, cool. We ain't gonna get too much into it. But,
and the who told me the story is dead. Rest in peace to Tito. But see, Tito told me the story. So if I run my story, I'll be running the dead man's story anyway. Yeah. So, you know, I can't even actually say what actually happened. Okay. But rest in peace, Tito.
Rest in peace, Tito. So another thing, man, you was hanging with Soulja Slim. Well, you was in jail with Soulja Slim.
Right. I was in the 2-man cell with Soulja Slim.
You can tell us about that?
Well, shout out to Soulja Slim. Shout out to his mom. You heard me? Shout out to his sister. Me and his sister working on the song together, I think. So shout out to her. It's kind of sort of like, you know, we shared a lot of you know, songs. We did a lot of rapping together. You know what I'm saying? And we shared phone time, hall time. You know, I use the phone. He'll take a shower. He'll take a shower. I use the phone. Sometime I get somebody to call somebody for him. He'll get somebody to call for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, our relationship was basically, it was close because we was in that two-man cell, and, you know, we was sharing zoos, and, you know, he might don't want this on his tray. We swap it out or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But he was Soulja Slim. You feel what I'm saying? He was already Magnolia Slim and Soulja Slim at that time, you know, just waiting to get back out there. You feel what I'm saying? And I was just fortunate enough to fail a urine test and get put in the hole, and in the hole where he was in.
Damn. So what year that was?
That was so long. That probably was too long ago for me to remember. Okay. But I know it was at a camp called Tensas, and not the Tensas that they be talking about now. It was another Tensas, and I really don't know what happened to that camp after all that, because like I say, after I ended up getting shipped, they shipped me to Wade. So I was really in the system then. Once I failed that urine test, and they shipped me to Wade, but he had got shipped before me. So I went through Fort Wade, then David Wade, and then I did my time in David Wade.
How long you did up there?
I did this was like a 3-year bid, because it was a probation violation, parole violation, and I was fighting the charge with one of my fall partners.
Okay. Hey, look, we let go on subject one more time. Your son locked up. He in the feds.
Right.
How that made you feel, like knowing you was in the system and then he in the system?
Well, it's crazy because, like, at first I was able to try to tell him what was what and how it would go, but then once he hit the feds, it's different because I never been to the feds. It's a whole different system.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, you know, just asking me for cash apps, I know that ain't the way. But, you know, basically, you know, that's what he owned, and, you know, I just be feeling bad because he in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going to say he didn't have to go, but I know I did all that, so he didn't have to do that. And, you know, I always try to make a way, and now that he a man, it's like I'm pressed for time because I got to have a way for him when he get out, because if I don't, it's going to be the same thing. You feel what I'm saying?
But see, that's another thing. Like, I know you ain't want your son to go to jail, but I feel like that's another thing with peer pressure.
Shout out to Lil D. Yeah.
That's another thing with peer pressure. When you're hanging out with kids in the neighborhood and all that. Man, let's go do this. Let's go do that.
Nah, see, it's bigger than peer pressure. It's like when your daddy was a real street and certified in the streets, and, you know, got something else going on, you got to deal with the ups and the downs. You got to deal with the fame part. You got to deal with the on the try you part. You got to deal with the lies. You got to deal with the, you know, the trying to scandalize everything. You know, it's a lot to deal with. And, you know, like I say, I've been trying his whole life. You know, like I've been trying to get in his whole life. So I've been sort of famous, but I've been broke. So, you know, like broke and famous don't mix. Yeah. So it's like, you know, famous, that's harder on a young man when you got some type of notoriety, but you ain't got the notoriety to go with it. So, you know, like I just tried to give him all I could and help him much as I could. Even when he got in the game, I was still trying to guide him and help him and do what I could to, you know, make sure it was sweet on him. But still, you know, federal prison, federal penitentiary.
Yeah, hope when he come home, man, hope he, you know, get back straight.
I be telling him, I be like, bro, learn something while you in there.
Hey, that's the thing
even if it's not get caught.
That's the thing about, but that's the thing about jail though. They really don't have like no trade or nothing. So like, if you go to jail for one robbery, you just got me sitting there. I feel like when you're in jail, they should show you how to be a mechanic, how to weld, how to do carpentry work.
So, bro, it's crazy you saying that because, like, I've had a little nephew and a couple more little guys that was in the juvenile jail, and he was like when he was out, I was trying to steer him away from trouble by getting him in the studio. Yeah. But he ended up catching a little murder rap, you know, as a juvenile. So he's contacted me because they're giving him leeway. Okay, he's big head nephew. You can let him use the phone. You can let him use the phone. You can let him use the phone. So, you know, he's calling me. So I'm like, well, okay, cool. Since y'all giving him leeway, how about y'all give him leeway till y'all put a little studio in there.
Yeah, do something.
I said, if y'all put a studio in the juvenile facility, it ain't gonna be no trouble.
Ain't gonna be
because
no
the bad ones gonna be the ones that wanna rap, the ones that wanna get in the studio. And you can't have no write-ups to come get in the studio. If you can get in the studio, you can record. If you can record, you can apologize. You can explain to your mom why you did what you did. You can tell the people you sorry. You can drop hits. You can get the correctional facility some money. You feel what I'm saying? So that was a win-win. And they turned me down because it was me. But then next thing you know, all the youngsters started breaking out and harming the guards. I said, if that studio was in there, that wouldn't have even happened.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so shout out to all the juvenile correctional facilities. Just get y'all a studio and tell them the ones that be good get an opportunity to go record music. And while y'all not, they're gonna be writing songs. They're gonna be getting their songs together, getting them down pat. They ain't gonna be getting in trouble. They're gonna be too busy trying to write their hit to help their mom and their brother and sister out there on the streets if they make the right song. So y'all need to get them studios and trust the engineers and trust the people, the studio manager. Don't worry about all that smuggling and all that. Deal with that accordingly how it's supposed to go. But for right now, get them studios in there and watch all that violent stuff bump down.
Another thing, you mentioned a switch. You know, like if you get caught with a switch, that's a 10-year mandatory.
The switch music. See, that's what it look like. It's just like designed the wrong way so it won't look harmful. And it don't got Glock wrote on it. It got like a regular light switch connected to it. But it's switch music. Because you got to be spitting, because the switch actually be spitting. But a switch is 100% illegal. Federal charge. And also that you can get one on the streets for like $250. And it's something that they attach to your Glock. Only a Glock. Only from Australia. So, you know, that's clever right there. So you know what they came up with. But this the thing about that. Glock's been around.
Yeah.
So first came the Glock. Then came the stick, which is the extendo. Then came the switch. Now you got a blick. So when you hear a blick, that means you got the Glock, the stick, and the switch.
And you said the extendo, like they kind of made it mandatory. I mean, like, you know.
Right. Like a blick is mandatory now.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because if these Glocks been around all these years, why the switches just popped up? See, that's how they enhanced black on black violence.
I was about to say that. Have more way people.
Yeah, and through music, they say, okay, we're gonna wait to music to the negativity at an all-time high in the music, and we're gonna roll these switches out. Like these switches just came out the last 5 years, something like that. You feel what I'm saying? But Glock's been around forever. So they added this to the fire and say, there you go. Now you hear on the news in Baton Rouge in the clubs, 11 and 12 people getting shot.
Yeah.
You know, everybody get hit when you point in that direction. So, you know, I advise you switch holders to be real careful because everybody get hit in that direction you point in, man. Yeah, and it don't stop until they all gone. So don't think you're going to be able to bust back. You got one chance. Once they brrr, you better been to do what you had to do because you ain't got no more. So, and another thing, I'm going to give y'all the heads up. I'm thinking how they roll them switches out. Since they ain't been around all these years and they know rap and violence and all that go hand in hand, they know rap is the #1 way to spread the violence. They roll the switches out. So most likely, switches is illegal. So if the bad guys got them, if the niggas hunting for the rappers got them, if the hyenas got them, then the rappers gonna have to get them too. And they gonna be bugged already. They gonna already have trackers in them. So they gonna already know if a switch in the vehicle with you. When you come to do your show in somebody else's city, you going to jail because they gonna start putting trackers in them switches. Yeah. That's why they rolled them out. Cause Glock's been around too long. I can't see them just rolling them out now and don't have no alternative to them.
A lot more people up.
Yeah, that's like putting a drug out and not having a way to stop it once it get out of hand. You know, like that's why everybody hooked on fentanyl. Cause fentanyl a drug. But all the other drugs, you throw them out there and you take them back. Like tabs. They had blue tabs. Then they say, nah, we're gonna take that back. And we're gonna make it, now you gotta go to a Roxy. And they said, nah, we're gonna take that back. 2 minutes, we're gonna take that back.
So the same thing they did with Surge.
Yeah, but you getting, same thing, but you getting a little bit out of all of them. You know, like just like Surge. Okay, too many people, we're gonna take that back.
You got hair wrong.
But we got all y'all hooked to this form of drug.
Yeah.
And the only closest thing to it is fentanyl. So we got all these lanes, pills, fentanyl, cocaine, fentanyl, crystal meth, fentanyl, heroin, fentanyl. So there's edibles, fentanyl. So they say, you know what? We're gonna dab the weed. So you better, when you get your weed, you better do this with it. You better do that with the blunt, the balls of the blunt. Do that. Make sure don't no dust fall off your weed, man. Because the whole thing is to get you hooked. So, you know, I'm a weed man. That's it. So, you know, I don't really pay attention to all of that shit, but you know, I just don't advise nobody to take none of that if you want to live.
But like another thing you brought up, like on a question, you said the music they force the violence on you.
Right.
So like you think like major record labels should be held responsible? I think I seen the interview with somebody on the Breakfast Club. He like, well, they make money. Why would I stop it? But I feel like if they put it like on the music, you know, the family start suing the music executive and all that. I think the violence will stop. They'll start putting the violence in the music like that.
Nah, it's just like that don't fall on them. That fall on the hometown label. That don't fall on the major label.
But see, they promoting it.
Not, yeah, they is. They promoting it, they distributing it and all that. But they're not judging it.
Yeah.
They letting the fans judge it. So they saying all our job is to put it out there. Y'all brought it to us.
Yeah.
We didn't say we want y'all to make this kind of song. Y'all brought it to us. That's how they looking at it, like y'all brought the motherfucking song to us. And we just thought the beat was jamming, it was a good song, we put it out. But y'all know it's about and all that. But you know, that is, if you can make a country song about they gonna put it out.
Yeah.
And there ain't nobody gonna have no problem with the country people. It's just all about that when you look at it, bro, black people need to just take a look at themselves and realize we the only race that's doing that to our own race.
I think it's too late for
it. It's never too late as long as everybody ain't doing it, because you got something to look at, bro. Like it's too many people that then came into the United States of America, too many different cultures, too many different races that then got past us just because they was humble and quiet and peaceful while they did it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So when you look up now, you might see a Mexican, you don't know if he white or Mexican. All because they done blended in so good by being humble and working hard and doing what they supposed to do and not creating no scene and causing problems. So they like, the black people cause too many problems. The black people is just too strong, too much pride. We different.
And like you said, another thing, black people, they gave like Deion Sanders a hard time because he left HBCU. I'm sorry.
HBCU.
HBCU, yeah, I'm sorry.
Definitely. I get it. But what Deion Sanders did is he showed the college association what his influence was capable of doing. And once he showed them that was enough. Like you're not finna, when you know your worth, sometimes you might have to take a little L one step back to take 5 steps forward, but he accomplished that. I mean, he in Colorado, it's snowing, it's cold, they got plenty of money, they got saunas, they got all the things he need, and he still got his street credit intact, he still got his hometown intact, and all his players that helped them, you know, prove his point. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Colorado. I hope they go 12-0, 13, however many games and win it all. You heard me? Shout out to Deion Sanders.
But see, yeah, they were giving him a hard time. Oh, you shouldn't solo for the money, but you gotta understand, you got a family at the end of the day.
Yeah, right.
He had to take some, I think he get paid like what, 300-something over there, and he had to take some of that money to pay the staff.
Bro, it's like this here. They was breaking all in the bad cards and shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, just why I got switch music. Because he just had to switch. He just had to show him. Like, I'm Deion still. Like, he played for Frisco. Frisco, my team. Shout out to San Francisco 49er, Jerry Wright. But he played for Frisco. But anyway, he had to show him who he was for the 2023 era. See, we knew he was the man back then, but they was playing him like he still wasn't prime time. So he had to show him, I'm prime time. As long as y'all saying this come on prime time television, prime time news, y'all steady gassing this man up because he prime time. So that's all he did, showed him, man, I'm still prime time. My time is prime regardless what school, what year, 2023. They got rappers that ain't still in their prime, but that man say prime time like me. Still in my prime, and I'm going to still be in my prime until everything I need accomplished get accomplished.
That's real on that. But like your situation with Black Balloon, explain that. Like, did it work out or?
Man, shout out to Black Balloon, shout out to Fee, you heard me, Asian Fee, you heard me. Shout out to Ray Vicks, you heard me, rest in peace Rambo, you heard me, shout out Squirm, you heard me, shout out the whole clique. But like, I thought Black Balloon had the resources, and I thought Vicks had the talent with the help of me that we can go all the way. And I admired the fact that other people besides Trill was trying to go all the way.
Yeah.
But then, like, things started happening that wasn't factual, and people it started to feel like the resources that I need, because I was like, I could lead this label to the top just out of appreciating the opportunity. You feel me? Catching me on a rebound, saying let's get it. I could lead this label to the top. But if this gonna be about Rolexes and diamond chains and fast cars and all that, I want mine, and I want to own mine.
Yeah. But
I want mine too. You feel me? So I'm thinking like, well, if I ain't got no Rolex, but they fake, I don't want no fake. I ain't got no chain, what they fake? Cause it's like, it was just questioning my integrity. Like, did I deserve? Cause like the same thing with Trill, like I didn't actually get a chain. When the two chain ceremonies broke out, and I ain't get one downtime. Yeah, it got to the point Boots said, bro, I'm gonna give you one of mine. You feel what I'm saying?
I remember we had one that was a little smaller.
Right. A little small one. You said you had to say that, huh? A little small one.
You ain't mean it like that. But yeah, it was a little smaller one.
It went to the pawn shop too.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately.
So why you did that?
Because I needed money.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? Like, I put it in there a few times and got it out, put it in, got it out. But unfortunately, it just got stuck in there one of them times.
Yeah.
So shout out to Boo. He let me give the price he gave it to me for. He basically gave it to me. So I ain't even gonna say he sold it to me, because he let me get it doodle dirt cheap. Shout out to BJ. He showed me how to put the aluminum foil in there where the diamond was missing at, so you can't tell. So for all y'all young that's buying the jewelry, them diamonds gonna fall out. That's the whole problem. The diamond's gonna fall out. So just get some aluminum foil, ball it tight, stick it back in that little hole where the diamond came out at. You'll never know. Thank BJ for that. BJ who used to make the beats, thank him. But that definitely worked.
So like your situation with Trill, like if they pull you to the side, like, hey baby, hey, we gonna make this work. You think you'll go back to it?
Bro, like, I dropped the hook on my page that's off my Trill CD, and they liked it. If I cry right, nah, respect my tears, cause I lost so many pills and I struggled through the years. Out of nowhere came my fear, still ready to cry. I'm ready for anything, but not ready to die. That's on my Trill CD. I just so happened to remember it and ran it on the list verse that I was throwing on IG, and they were like, man, that's raw, that's raw. A few people said they cried. Go back and look. And I was like, I know it'll work. Even the CD that they holding will work. I know it'll work.
So they holding the CD on you too?
Pretty much. I mean, song 30, 40 songs. I don't know, because it might help me.
Yeah, cause I know, I talk to other people that like, man, they got fat CD, they got old Booster songs, old Wave songs, old Fox songs, and they just sitting on it.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what they got, to be honest, because they could have just, sometimes you could lose drives and lose computers and lose stuff, so I don't know, you know, basically really what they got, but I know I had music that was never released. You feel what I'm saying? So,
hey, check this out. No, most female rappers, they gotta rap about sex and show their body off. How you feel about that? They really ain't got no old Queen Latifah or Eve or nothing like from back in the days.
Man, I think that you shouldn't be judged off your sexuality from number one. Like, if you can shake back from bearing it all, bear it all. If you can handle what come with it, bear it all. But don't do it because you see somebody else doing it. Don't do it for free. Don't do it because that's all you got. If all you worth is that, then don't do it. But if it's more to you than that, then do your thing. I ain't tripping, man, because, you know, like, that's why they make it like strippers is for to pay college, you know? Yeah. Like in every state and every city, that's how they make it sound. But half of them strippers be in the hood, they don't even go to school. They don't even mention them, but you know, that's how they make it look. You know, like it's all for a professional reason or something like that. But man, look, if you got it to show it, because everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't got it. Some of them, you know, ain't got nothing. Some of them go buy. So why would you go? If you'll go buy, you definitely can't talk about nobody that's showing their ass. Yeah. And they got a real ass, and you went bought. You can't even show it yet, or you gotta have it covered up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, show it, ladies. Show it, sell it. Just don't give it away. Just understand, like, you know, that's all you got. That's it. And you know, like, it's like this here. The faster you come in, the faster you go out. The faster you get turned on, the faster you get burned out. So if you want to start at 14, by the time you're 24, you're going to be done. You want to start at 20, by the time you're 30, you're going to be done. So just know that the resources going to wear out. You can't just, you know, use them any kind of way. So use wisely, think about your family. Don't do it for you, do it for y'all if you're gonna do it.
Well, Big Head, man, appreciate you, bro. With this number 4-5 in the books.
Yep. We're gonna knock them out.
Man, let's leave you with a word of encouragement, man.
Man, look, bro, like I say, this your boy Big Head, the Dome Doctor, man, and I don't need none of y'all taking no self-inflicted losses. Because if you building, you can't build and tear down at the same time. So don't help tear yourself down. Just continue building yourself up by not taking no, you know, self-inflicted losses. You know what I'm saying? And follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna give you some knowledge. You heard me, Big Head, the Dome Doctor, and all the other social media platforms. And I got Dome Doctor channel coming on YouTube. So y'all stay tuned for that. And Stick Music on the way. You heard me? I got buku features on there, but it's not for streaming. It's strictly gonna be for sale, so y'all stay locked in so y'all can find out a way to purchase it and show love and purchase it. And I want to shout out, you know, my whole little organization. I want to shout out my producers, AJ on the track. You heard me, Freddie Retro. You heard me, Kenzie on the track. You heard me. Shout all y'all out, man, and y'all continue to make great music. Rod Dizzle, you heard me. Shout out Southside Black. He got some songs coming out. little project coming out. So you know, shout out to Boss Action. He came through, you know what I'm saying? And we try to move around with the switch music. So like I said, it ain't all about guns. It's just about you gotta be able to spit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been spitting for so long, I deserve it. So ain't no drill music in Baton Rouge. Ain't no more drill music in Louisiana. It's all about switch music. You heard me? Like I say, shout out to Pooh Shiesty. You heard me? Shout out to that boy, NBA Youngboy, for sure. You heard me? Shout out to Quando, Rondo, and Timmy. You heard me? Shout out to King Von. And rest in peace, King Von. Shout out to Lil Durk and all the other drillers, and you know what I'm saying. But it's switch music now. You heard me. So holla at your boy, man. Bet.